All right. YouTube friends, what is going on? David Lee back, brand new video. Today we are talking about the set of anamorphic lenses that I have been waiting for, and maybe they have been the ones you have been waiting for as well. When it comes to anamorphic lenses, I have used everything from your larger 2x anamorphics to 1.8x anamorphics to Frankenstein, build it your own DIY kind of things where the thing is just like massive, extremely massive, to the point where after a while you just don't want to use it anymore, regardless of how great and how good the image quality is. So for the longest time, I wished a company would come out with a set of affordable anamorphic lenses, an entire sets of them, at least 3 lenses that were lightweight, compact, had a fast aperture of at least a T2 and sharpness at least a T2.8 with a neutral flare. And even though it's taken probably 10, 15 plus years for a company to actually do it, so I'm extremely happy and extremely excited that a company, Blazar, has finally come out with a set of lenses, anamorphic lenses, that meet all of those criteria. Introducing the Remus 1.5X anamorphic lenses. Just a heads up, this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Blazar. I did buy the silver set, which is what we're going to be talking about in this video, with my own money. I was able to see them at Scene Gear this year, and I was very, very happy with just the basic stuff that I saw, and as well as the test footage that I saw from other creators earlier this year. Now, the silver set is their brand new set in the anamorphic line for the Remus line. Previously, they just had the amber flare and the blue flare, which are great, but I prefer more of a neutral flare because I want the lens and the flare to take the color of the actual light that is being received. So whether that's daylight or your like a cyan light, or it could be a fluorescent bulb, right? I want the color to match whatever light the lens and the sensor is taking in. This is the 45 millimeter, right? And if I take off the cap, rear cap, right, this is the size of the lens. So this is the 45 millimeter. In my right hand, I have a Sony G Master 50 millimeter, right? And they are like the same size. Now the 50 millimeter is a little bit lighter because this is like mostly plastic. This is like all metal. But if you can look at these, they're like the freaking same size. Now, if we compare that to my other cine lens that I have, which is the Sigma 50mm full frame prime, you can see that the 50mm Sigma just dwarfs in comparison to the Remus lens, right? So it's been like years, right, where I've been waiting for a set of compact, lightweight anamorphic lenses. These are 1.5x anamorphics, so they will cover full frame sensors. I bought my lenses for $25.99. What the hell is this? Oh gosh darn it, my computer's dying on me. Right now they are $27.99 for the 3 lens set, and $9.99 for a single lens. So that is the price for the Blazar lenses. 2 really quick things about the lenses, like technical specs, is all the lenses have a 77mm front thread, so you can put your scrun filters on, as well as a 80mm outer diameter, so you can use any kind of step-up ring situation for your 5x565 map boxes. All the lenses also have a 150-degree rotation throw, so very, very easy for single owner operator use, handheld use if you have to pull from the barrel, or if you have a focus puller, then again, your focus puller isn't having to like crank the focus wheel till the end of time in order to pull focus. That being said, let's go ahead and start with our first test, which is a breathing comparison. Our second test will be the distortion. So when it comes to anamorphic lenses, one thing to note is typically with most anamorphic lenses, regardless of you know, if it's super pricey or more of a budget lens, when you get to like the edge of frame, the distortion really starts to kick in, where things will get pincushioned, which is, you know, the nature of anamorphics. It isn't a fault of anamorphic, that's just the nature of anamorphic lenses. So you can go ahead and watch the distortion tests right now. Next up is sharpness. Now the 100mm lens out of the set is a T2.8, right? That's the fastest it goes. The 45 and the 65 are a T2. Next up is color, and color is an important thing for me. I want lenses to either be warmer in tonality, or I want them to just be neutral in tonality. Sometimes you'll find lenses that are like, you know, cooler, maybe more bluer, or like a shade or a hue of purple or magenta. And so, you know, for that instance, you may want lenses that are like, you have like some sort of artistic goal that you have, right? So let's go ahead and look at the color differences between all the three lenses. When it comes to anamorphic lenses, many people want to use anamorphics because of the character, right? You have like the bokeh, you have the falloff, you have the flare, right? You have the anamorphic flare, the horizontal flare, and sometimes you even get vertical flares, vertical streaks. And that being said, the Blazer anamorphics have a lot of character. Again, from the out of focus elements, the bokeh to the flares. I feel like the horizontal flares, like your traditional anamorphic flares, are okay. They aren't as like, you know, super stylized like some other anamorphic lenses, but I like them in regards to the uniformity of the flare, like that, meaning I know exactly what kind of flare I'm getting. Whereas other anamorphic lenses I've used in the past, depending on what type of light source that the lens is hitting, sometimes I don't even know what kind of flare I'm gonna get, right? So it can be kind of tricky when you're doing your pre-production in regards to finding the style that you want. I find the only fault you can find in the Blazer anamorphics is in regards to chromatic aberration or purple fringing. There is quite a strong bit of purple fringing wide open. But once you start to stop the lens down to like your T4, T5.6 range, a lot of that is pretty much gone. But again, if you're shooting at like a T2, T2.8, depending on what lens you're using, what focal length you're using. Just be aware that the chromatic aberration can be pretty strong. So that's where, you know, things like controlling your lighting can help out much more. All right, that is it for this video, because I feel like I've talked about everything of the Blazar lenses. You know, would I recommend them? Yes, absolutely would recommend the Blazar Anamorphics, especially for the price. To get this type of quality lens, the speed of these lenses, and also the form factor of these lenses, right, when it comes to the size, you would probably have to be spending like $20, $30, $40, $50,000, right, on a set of like 3 or 4 lenses. But again, for the price, $3,000, you're getting a very, very minimal investment for excellent build quality and excellent image quality in a small, compact form factor. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as always, just so you are notified of new content coming out. Also, a heads up, I am coming out with a filmmaking course that is how to tell compelling stories. And so for those of you who are filmmakers, who are up and coming filmmakers, directors, writers, cinematographers who want to actually start writing your own stories, I got a course coming out in September or October. I'll have some trailers for them on my YouTube channel, so that way you guys can get a better idea of what the filmmaking course will be. But as always, every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee, and I will catch you guys in the next video.